Good morning. Well, it's quite a late start today. It's about, for me, about 10 o'clock. Had to do all the washing up and all the cleaning up and all the things you've got to do just to get started and, clear the decks. So I'll come back in to finish this dark painting, or try and finish it. I don't think I'll finish it today. I've been working on this for ages. It's a lovely oil. It's got a lovely thickness to it. I love it when it's like this because I've broken the back of it, really. I've just got to just go over each little bit, really, checking in the mirror as I go along. And put some fish in here. So, I'm going to, I like to use, it's an oil, I like to use a little bit of alkyd in my colours because it just makes it dry the next day. But I don't like to use alkyd white because what I've discovered is with alkyd white is it looks great when you're putting it on the canvas. But the next day when you come to look at it and it's dry, it just dries completely flat and lifeless and it's just hopeless. I don't like the look of it at all. I much prefer a real oil. Oops, that's got a little bit of... so what I like to do is just mix a little bit of... especially with the earthy colours, use a mixture of alkyd and real oil. It just helps the process, really. If you're mixing it with ordinary white, it seems to be fine. That's the way I like to work it. The drying time is, with oil, is always the problem. You want to work quickly in order to keep a complete wait for days for it to dry if you can help it. I'm just using, got a vermilion red there, burnt umber, raw umber, yellow ochre, sienna, white sienna, and I like to use Prussian blues on these. Now, I know some people don't like to use Prussian blue because it's a very moody colour, but it's what Larry used. He only used 5 colours, and one of those was Prussian blue. I think it was Prussian blue, Viridian, what's the colour is that? But don't know what that is. Vermilion red. Sorry about that, it's the brain. Vermilion red, flake white, and black. Lamp black. So got my lamp black. Bit of yellow ochre in there. Yellow ochre, anything yellow ochre. Bit of orange. Bit of orange too, like a bit of orange-ish colour, dark, deep yellow. And that's my yellow ochre, that's some real yellow ochre. Cool, and you've got your viridians, which I like to use. There we go. Viridian is very good as a mixing down colour too. Especially with the greys and stuff, it's a wonderful, wonderful mixing down colour. I like it a lot. Okay, get my... Now then, for the... I find it a real problem with terps, and especially in the studio, it makes me... Oh, it just gives me... I feel bad, so I use this stuff. It's studio safe orange solvent, slightly on the expensive side. But it just means that you can work, in a healthy environment. And also it does, when you put it in a, your leftovers in a jar and leave it overnight, it does separate out so you can use it the next day. It diminishes every day, but you can do that. So, there we go. And I'm trying to finish it. I'm going to put in, a mermaid here and a sign here or something, and I'm going to put a fisherman and some fish. And just keep on building it up. But I think I'm at the stage now where I want to start working from up here and work down and cross-check as I go along. I'm going to put some little things in the stars a bit more. Take this tree out, and that's one thing I need to do straight away. So that means I can't finish this today because they'll have to dry. So I'm going to first of all just take this tree out. I just don't see a tree there. It's in the middle of the road. But it's starting to bug me that I could actually put something else there. So a bit of white a little bit of umber, a bit of raw umber in there because it's quite dark. So ultramarine blue. Look, I'm mixing down colour. French ultramarine, lovely. There we go. You still there? There we go. Bit of green in that possibly. No. Okay. It's this colour is like perhaps. Okay. A bit darker on. A bit of black, tan black. Ooh, that's Prussian. That's Prussian. I want my black. Where's my lamp black? There it is. Lamp black. There we go. Right. Oh, it's still quite nice. It's got to be mixed up. It's down. Like that. Got blue in it. That's not good. It's not blue in it. That goes in there like that. Excuse me. I had a nice egg for breakfast this morning. Nice boiled egg. Put it down on that one. That's it. Look at that. Perfect match. There we go. I'll do it. And I'll just I can work on that later on. There's something in there, I'm not quite sure what. Is it? It's got to be done. Because you want to work on it tomorrow. That's it. That'll do. Let's get a little line going down there. I've started to put lines. I'm getting a mile stick. You could use a mile stick sometimes. Just to that's it. Is that good? I do like oil, I just gotta say I do actually prefer it to acrylic, and I'm not looking for acrylic at all at the moment. I'm going to give up on it. I'm going to go back to it, I suspect. But I just love oil. Okay, let's get some whites up there. Get these whites back. Back there. The buffalo will go like that. Get this thing over there like that. Why is my arm going across those? See, not only it's building up patina, it's quite rich. That's what I got. Oh, it's got lovely texture to it. I don't know what I'm going to do in there, but I'm going to live with that for a while. These little white people live with that, and I'll see what needs to go in there a bit later. Right, okay, so I'm going to turn it off now. Okay, this should be finished in a couple of days. So I've removed the tree, and I'm just going to move it up slightly, sorry. I've removed the tree. There you go. And I'm just now putting in a little painting in there, just going with the flow really. And I had it in my mind that I would put in a a lamp post about there. So I'm putting that in now. A tiny little brush. That's it. Just anchor it down the bottom there. That's good. Yeah, I'm starting to like that now. I've put in there, just got sort of through going over the windows and making sure that they're, see, this has been empty here. I like the patina, all these little colours you're getting, making up greys as Van Gogh would use a Veronese grey and mix it with orange. Veronese green, sorry. Which you can't get these days. I think the nearest to it is... Sorry, I'm chewing my brush here. The nearest to Veronese green is emerald. Or phthalo. So just putting little bits really, just to try and improve my work. I'm trying to advance what I'm doing. And make it look more interesting on the canvas, so you've got a lot to see. But not that it's overcrowded. That's the one thing I'm always trying to avoid. You know, I'm completely overcrowding it, so you can't. There's so much stuff that you can't see anything. And I guess that's one reason why I like the darker colour, because it does it draws it in, and they're easier to live with. I think these darker colours. What to do up here yet? I'm not sure. See, domes. Or I used to paint a lot of Marrakesh paintings, and of course the domes would be more Eastern. But this is an English painting, so it needs to be more English. That's why I put in these little bits here. What you see all over the doors in Penzance, you've got the little rain shelter things go over them. And the windows have these sort of Christian type designs and stuff. So I remember once when I was in Brighton I was painting some fish, and a customer came and saw me and said, "Oh, that's very Christian symbolism." As if that was a bad thing. I don't see it as a bad thing. I just don't. It's a good thing, I think. It is rich in everything. Right, now then. I'm going to put in some kind of... No, I'm going to turn it off now. So you can see what I've done anyway. Giving it some interest there. Well, the top of the painting is starting to look really the business. Like you got some light on it. Too much light on it. It's a bit darker than you can see it in this picture, in this video, and it's the light is shining on it a bit. Yeah, the top is looking really good. I'm quite pleased with that. Now I've got to start working on down here and down there on the boat. I'd like to put some fish bobbing up in the sea there, with little faces. I like to do that. So that's what to do next. Yeah, looking good. Looking good out. At last it's a bit of getting some fish, some netting and some buckets and stuff like that. And coming up into the little people up there. So yeah, it's I'm putting in some fish. And water there like that. I'll put a mermaid in there. That needs to dry now. So that's coming up quite nicely, especially this area just down here. Very nice.